You know, sometimes when we feel really blocked and have no idea what is going on, like, why can't I find a good, loving relationship? Or, what's up with my money? How come I can't make any money? Or maybe it's even health, and we feel like, God, I work so hard at being healthy and I keep getting sick, or I just am exhausted. So one of the things that I've seen that affect all of these areas can be a curse. So the interesting thing is that some of our curses come from ancestors, like our grandparents or great-great-grandparents, and sometimes they come directly to us because someone is so jealous or angry with us that they literally can energetically curse us. So what I've seen with people is that I had a client who came to me about relationship, and it turned out that her grandmother had been cursed. Someone had been very, very jealous of the grandmother and her beauty and her beautiful relationship and family. And they cursed the grandmother so that none of her grandchildren would have happy relationships. And it was interesting when I saw this and I explained it to my client. She said, "Oh my gosh, that is so wild." She said, "I have 3 sisters and none of us are married. None of us have had long-term relationships, and none of us certainly have children." And it was this old curse that went back to the grandmother. And so in the Akashic Records, the wonderful thing is we can go through the ancestral lineage and heal, clear, burn, release, delete these sorts of curses and bring everything really back into present time for the highest good of you now and even going forward to your family, your children, your grandchildren, and your siblings, because the ancestral lineage is affecting all the children in the family. So if you have siblings that are being affected by these types of curses, like you don't get to have happy relationships, or you don't get to have children, or you don't get to have health, because somebody was so angry and so jealous that you had it all, or your grandparent had it all in a lifetime. So one of the great benefits of working in the Akashic Records is that we move outside of time and space in the quantum field, which is where the Akash is held. All of this information is held in source energy quantum field. So it's so easy to go back and release these types of old curses, whether it was you as a teenager or an adult, or your grandmother, or might have been your mother, or even way further back, 3, 4, 5 generations back. We can literally go through this ancestral lineage and clear these. So if you find that no matter what you do to be healthy and have vitality, it's a good question to ask. Is there a curse that's affecting me? And it can be a variety of reasons when we have, say, health issues or money issues or relationship issues. But that's why the Akashic Records are so phenomenal, because usually when I go into the records and do some work for a client and they say, what's blocking me from having, a loving, supportive relationship, we look at 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of information. So part of what's blocking you could be a curse that came down your ancestral lineage, but it could also be some sort of past life vow. It could be a soul contract that's stuck, like outside of time and space, with someone else that you vowed to love forever. And that contract is stuck for that foreverness. And that person's not here now. So you're just not finding someone new. So in the Akashic Records, we can start to realize so much different information and levels that we can work with and work through to help ourselves to have abundance of all kinds, abundant relationships, abundant health and vitality, abundance of money, right? Who doesn't want more money, right? So when we work in the records, clearing curses is fabulous. Working through old soul contracts are very, very powerful. And starting to understand the challenges we have in our lives as we can bring that soul plan that we made before we were born into alignment with ourselves now and start to understand what we were thinking before we were born, what challenges we want to work through, what soul contracts we wanted to have or complete or learn from, what vows we wanted to release, who we came to support. All of this information is available to you in your Akashic record.